Today we will talk about young but successful Ukrainian designers and what Ukrainian fashion designer was included by American leading business magazine in the list of the best. We will also hear of revolutionary news about the introduction of digital fashion currency. Also, meet our fashion tips, where our stylist shares practical recommendations in composing a look using a provocative element. Ukraine is a country rich in talents. More and more young names are discovered in each area, and fashion is no exception. Young but successful Ukrainian fashion designers have achieved recognition not only in Ukraine but also abroad. Creative and bold, they are ready to destroy stereotypes and offer to the world their progressive ideas. This list includes a number of young talents to attract the attention of foreign buyers, gloss editors, and world-famous fashion designers in Ukraine.
Мы хотим стать столицей, мы являемся столицей, на самом деле, молодых талантов.
We want to become the capital of young talents, but in what respect? For example, London has creativity, Milan is based in commerce, New York and Paris are world fashion peaks. In general, all cycles are closed, but among young beginning startup brands, we're the best in the world. Kazbek Bektursunov is a significant figure in Ukrainian fashion. He's the founder of Fashionable conglomerate in the Ukrainian fashion industry, including the International Fashion Week in Kyiv, educational fashion projects, media sphere, and business partnership with Ukrainian designers and cooperation with the brand of Anna K. There is much information that gives reasons to speak about fashion in Ukraine. Ukrainian fashion designers present their collections during World's Fashion Weeks and are successfully sold in the concept stores of America, Europe, and Asia, and fashion critics increasingly note their bold experiments and freedom of creation. They do not care where you are from. They're mainly interested in your contribution to fashion. Anna K. is a young Ukrainian designer of the same brand. Kyiv and World Fashion Week showcase her collections. Clothing by Anna K. is represented in the largest showrooms around the world. Her brand main features are complex cut, an abundance of prints, slogans, flounces, bows, knits, the presence of bright colors. The philosophy of the brand is creating the ready image of girl. You have to create some unique product which can interest and surprise everyone. You will not only become famous or recognizable for your super collection. Anna K. is just a pure genius. Now I'm not kidding, because she is absolutely sure that she creates girls, not clothes for girls. She's 22 and she still lives in her fairy tales, and she creates, in her opinion, ideal girls, and someone responds to this. New generation of Ukrainian fashion designers is a generation of cosmopolitans and globalizers, open to the world and oriented towards conquering the whole world. They're full of advanced ideas and are not afraid to take risks. Fresh creative personalities of the Ukrainian fashion are so talented that nobody cares about their age. This all started when I was 14. Before that, I studied at the art school. I made the cover of that time called magazine, Top 10, and met all the fashion designers. I was very interested in this industry. And when I was 16, I thought all I needed was not to waste time, but got to work. Anna K. burst onto the fashion scene at the age of 18. When she came up with her collection, The Circus of Fashion. A series of t-shirts and sweatshirts with inscriptions similar to "I never give an interview," frequently heard during international fashion weeks, immediately attracted the attention of the press and fashion insiders. Clothing by the Ukrainian designer was immediately ordered by famous Parisian concept store, and hashtag Anna K Fashion spread across social networks as rapidly as the sale of her t-shirts. The stars started to wear my clothes. My clothing became recognizable by Vogue, New York Times. Other editions began to post my clothes and to tag Anna K brand. That is, the brand of Anna K became recognizable. The idea is that all my clothes make any girl younger. One of the fashion purposes is to make person younger, and you should trust this cream. And rejuvenating cream by Anna K's brand is as clean as youth. And it is true. In this regard, it is absolutely true. I think it's ingenious. Designer style, pre-show stage, and show are a huge creative work for any designer. This is the price to make your presentation memorable and stand out among the rest. Anna K's brand has several inventions expressed in the show, one of which is quite natural when the designer appeared as a model. Since Anna was a model, it looked organically. I am an exclusive model by Anna K's brand. Every season I close the show, and when I walk down the podium, wherever it is, in New York, in London or somewhere else, I always hear the people's reaction to Anna K's runway walk, or someone does not understand that it's me. At first it blew my mind. People expect designer to come out to bow, and there was a girl who walked and returned. And it turned out that the model came out a second time to bow. Her first show in London. When she was 16, there were two main fashion critics, Susie Menkes and Hilary Alexander. They asked what was that. We answered it was a 16-year-old designer. They didn't believe. We said that she existed, and you witnessed this. Another feature of the show is the participation of top Ukrainian renowned models. Models like my brand very much because they participate not for money or something else, but they appear in my shows for idea, and I'm very grateful to Alina Baikova, who organized casting during New York Fashion Week, so I've got the best models. It's their mission. They love us. They love everything cool and fashionable. They always participate in this. World-famous celebrities prefer clothing by Ukrainian designers for night out. An interesting story happened to head of the Kardashian family, Kris Jenner, who, after seeing the dress by Anna K, wanted to get it immediately. No negotiations, everything is very real. She said that she would wait in an hour in her hotel. Then the girls came and presented her dress. And what was important, she wore this dress to appear in the Hollywood annual event. She put on Anna K's dress. Then she wrote to Anna that she had her favorite closed wardrobe, including dresses by her, Lagerfeld, and someone else, and she asked Anna to do her best. On the one hand, it was luck, but on the other, it was work carried out by me and my team, and of course I was lucky that Kris Jenner wore my dress to appear in a very important event in America. Young generation of Ukrainian designers start to focus their energy on the foreign fashion market, and only after that they win positions on the national one. Is that a strategic move or intuitive feeling? According to observations, it's common pattern. My main goal is Ukraine. I believe in our country and in our huge city. I'm sure that there are many fashionable people who want to wear fashionable clothes, and every season I make fashion shows in Kyiv. I give our country much time, and I really want to grow and strive for great achievements. It was easy for me to enter the foreign market, so I cannot share any special secret. One of the interesting points in the brand history was Anna K's entry into the European list of 30 to 30 of American leading business magazine. This list marks the success of those under 30 in a certain area. The designer fell into the category art as one of the youngest and most successful designers in the international fashion arena. It was absolutely unexpected. They sent me a letter with the words that I had already entered the semi-final. That is, they had some preliminary selection, which I had already passed, and now I had to win. And at that moment, I realized that it was the dream list of everyone. It was a huge victory for our whole team, but I was sure it's not just that. We have come a long and difficult way, and it was absolutely deserved victory. Hard, nasty, monotonous work, and holy faith in victory, in some kind of happiness, and so on, have never left us. The constant development of humanity, new technologies and progress certainly influenced the fashion industry as one of the spheres of human activity. The appearance of the digital currency inspired the brand of NK to design something revolutionary in the established and perhaps conservative fashion world. I was really waiting forward something like the appearance of cryptocurrency. My main idea was to make a decentralized fashion industry, but I create my own cryptocurrency, which will be called Fashion Coin. I've been developing it for half a year, and very soon it will be possible to buy clothes by NK for crypto coins and to invest them in the collection. I will be the first to use this theme in my collections and the whole fashion industry. We set deadline for issuing Fashion Coin, the first fashionable cryptocurrency in the world. For us, it's like the circulatory system of the future fashion ecosystem. We imagine it as complex and demanding years to build it. At the same time, we regard Ukraine as the fundamental basis for production, because it is the coolest country in the world. Each designer considers a very important element, as it is fashionable to say now, searching for the brand's DNA. In simple words, distinctive features, elements, originality, what fashion designer wants to express through clothing. Anna K's brand used such elements in its collection as bows, ribbons, pearls, inscriptions, pink color. Also, Anna, as any girl believing in miracles, tells some world-famous fairy tales through her collections. I have some things from my winter collection. The collection was dedicated to Alice in Wonderland. I often tell stories in my collections, and the idea was to combine very bright mismatched with each other colors. I combined different textures and made different slogans, eat me, drink me, used in the fairy tale. There are woolen dresses and absolutely feminine black dress below the knees. And here's one of my favorite hoodies, pink with patch pieces of artificial fur. I emphasize the artificial because I support eco-fashion. I also have super bright sweaters in my collection. They have great success. I'll show a few things from my spring collection. In addition to pink color, bows, pearls, the brand's DNA uses net. The idea with it came to me around a year and a half ago when Kris Jenner first wore a dress with pearls with net on top of it. Net looks very adult, but also youth, and this particular collection was dedicated to Romeo and Juliet, modern Juliet who likes it. Therefore, these nets have a deep meaning. Nets helped me to make this story adult. I started to use much black color, but I plan to mix black with bright elements. Here's an example for showbiz. A net with pearls. It looks more elegant, less wearable, and has a slightly girlish element. Net shimmering pink. In principle, all the DNA was included in one t-shirt. And there is, for example, a black t-shirt, made of jersey. It has corded silk ribbon, pearl, but the difference is huge between showbiz and casual t-shirt. By the way, I invented this cut of t-shirts a year and a half ago, and I try to use it every season. Any girl knows that there are tricks in creating a style which, for example, makes us look older or younger. Only clothing and its combinations can help us achieve the right or wrong result. Meet our special section Fashion Tips with stylist Yana Karyeva, who shares some stylistic tricks. I've recently returned from Europe, and I can say that Europeans treat fashion, style and trends much easier than we do. But here in Ukraine, we're more attentive and careful about fashion and trends. And today, I want to show you 3 examples of introducing such a provocative element as a short skirt into your wardrobe. I propose to use the first set for office, if you do not have a strict dress code. Here, I use the golden rule of closed top and open bottom. That is, we close our hands and fasten everything to the throat. And another very important point, I combine this colorful skirt with more simple colors and textures. I also picked up the current trend shoes, which perfectly matches these pantyhose and can match dense, non-transparent Lurex pantyhose with pattern. The second look is good for night out. Here I used the technique of multi-layered and voluminous clothes. This look is very interesting, and multi-layeredness attract eyes. I used the same skirt in this look and combined it with quiet colors in other elements of clothing. We finalized this look with transparent pantyhose and stilettos. This adds sexuality and femininity. The third set of clothes is good for visiting cafe, walking in the park, and in principle for any business. Here, sport chic is used. That is, sneakers combined with a short skirt and with hooded sweatshirt give playful mood. The above 3 looks show that controversial outfits can be easily introduced into daily life. Be stylish and experiment with various styles. Fashion industry in Ukraine does not stand still. It keeps pace with the times. In the next programs, we will continue to introduce you to the Ukrainian fashion. Meet more about Ukrainian fashion, more fashion tips, interviews with Ukrainian top designers, the backstage of Ukrainian fashion industry, and much more. Watch on uatv about Fashionable Ukraine in Gloss program. Follow fashion.